Bono Ahafo region. And tonight, I'm teamed up with Miss Wekia and Miss Afra from the Upper East and the Ashanti regions respectively. And together, we firmly speak for the motion, a Ghanaian woman's place is her home. Otherwise, she is falling foul of tradition. Ladies and gentlemen, before I start, I want us to understand who a Ghanaian woman is in this context. To me, a Ghanaian woman is a woman that is born of Ghanaian descent, that is raised per the time-tested beliefs, customs, and traditions of the Ghanaian people. Tradition here also are the transmissions of beliefs, cultures, and values from one generation to the other. And the home in this context, to me, is where one bonds with everyone or everything that one is emotionally attached to. Ladies and gentlemen, as the principal affirmative speaker, I want to establish the fact that understanding a question is also part of answering it. Ladies and gentlemen, I want us to know who a traditional Ghanaian woman is here. And I'll use Mrs. Eskin, Mrs. Anita Eskin as an example. In one of her tertiary not-out competitions, she was our host. And even before we started this competition, she made it clear that at exactly 5 p.m., she was leaving the studio to her home, which is her place. Her number one priority is her home as a Ghanaian woman. And this lady that I'm talking about is the same lady that emceed the historical royal dinner held in honor of the Royal Dutch and Duchess of the Wales in the United Nations when they visited Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, isn't this so inspiring to our youth? Ladies and gentlemen, I have a scenario here that I want to talk about. Equia is a young lady who prayed and yearned for her own time to be called a Mrs. in Ghana. And lo and behold, her time finally came. She got married and even got blessed with the fruit of the womb. And luckily for her again, she also got blessed with a source of income with which she supported her husband or her family. But she forgot her place as a Ghanaian woman. She forgot her home as her number one priority. She made her duties at the office swallow her too much to the extent that she won't come home early. She did not come home early in the name of having so much work piled up and then having so much to do at the office. Ladies and gentlemen, this was consistent even without any prior notice to her husband. So one night, while she was working, her husband called her. Equia, you know what? Put a stop to whatever you are doing at the office right now and come home. And ladies and gentlemen, I speak for this motion that this man had every right for doing that, because Equia was putting her own safety at risk as a woman. As a Ghanaian woman, what are you doing outside at 9 p.m. in the name of working? And then I will and son of Bema beju awariano, abusian for catching say, so when you're dear, a busian for dear, now so when your car, a Bema dear. So as a man that has gone to perform the customary marriage rite, it's his duty to protect you. There was this same incident of a woman in KJT who stayed late at the office and the office got robbed. This woman got sexually abused. And you know what? The office or the bosses of this lady even accused her of conniving with these thieves, and that was why she stayed late at the office. Ladies and gentlemen, Mamin Bissau, no, let me ask my co-debater. If you were the husband of this man, this woman, knowing for a fact that this has happened to someone, would you have allowed your wife go into same situation? No, I guess. Ladies and gentlemen, my second point will be the cultural perspective, and that was when Equia mothers came in. You know, once Equia stayed late at home, her mother also called her. Equia nimbibi, jadia wo ye hi nyina wa adwuma mu ho na kofie, kona kotie, go and attend to your husband. And I also attest or second the action of this woman, because as culture demands, before a lady leaves her parents' home and joins her husband in her husband's home, we believe that the mother of the bride might have groomed her through how she can keep her home. And Equia was not being of an example of how a traditional Ghanaian woman should behave in her house. How can you leave your husband in the name of work in the morning, and it's even past working or closing working hours, and you are still at the office? And then
panel of judges, co-debater, Nananom, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tewa, and I'm strongly against the motion that a Ghanaian woman's place is the home. Otherwise, she's fallen foul of tradition. I do justice to this with Abina from the Eastern region and Naa from the Greater Accra region. Fasten your seatbelt as we take off to the enviable enclave of the gated lifestyle of the modern Ghanaian woman. Ladies and gentlemen, an empowered woman is a woman who understands her worth and is self-reliant. Not only that, she understands her role in society, her role as a leader, and more importantly, her role as a wife. She performs all of these roles perfectly without giving off one for the other. Panel of judges, permit me to ask my co-debater a question. Where from this fixed mental attitude that a Ghanaian woman's place is her home? You attended school, you have gained knowledge, you have control and power over the English language, and today you are standing on the GMB platform speaking with confidence and power. What does that mean? Women empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, not only that, she has ambitions of becoming a politician in future. That position, what does it mean? Women empowerment. So there's no argument at all. In June 1946, the United Nations Economic and Social Council established a commission on the status of women to ensure women empowerment and gender equality. This led to the famous Beijing Conference in 1995, where 12 critical issues concerning women were raised. Notable amongst them is women empowerment. Panel of judges, after this conference, lots of advocacy has made to encourage or empower women to take up higher positions in society as equal as men. Panel of judges, in Ghana, we are proud to say that this advocacy has really yielded great results. Permit me to mention these names. The fourth most powerful person in Ghana is a woman. Her leadership, Sophia Akufu. The EC boss, Miss Jane Mensah, and the Attorney General, Miss Gloria Ekufu. These are powerful, influential women in our society who still hold their home in high esteem. Panel of judges, to say an empowered woman doesn't mean you are rubbing shoulders with your husband. No, or disrespecting him, but rather prioritizing and managing your home and being submissive to him as well, as described of the ideal woman in Proverbs chapter 31. Panel of judges, the place of the Ghanaian woman goes far beyond the home. Her place is also in the corridors of power and leadership, such as in politics, in business, and in sports. As I admit that the Ghanaian woman owes duty to her home, her place goes far beyond the home. Oh yes, I also affirm, and I'm of a firm belief, that culture over the world value, over the world, is not static, it's a progressive phenomenon. Yes, that is what culture and tradition is. Ladies and gentlemen, the scenario given to us to discuss did not tell us the accurate or the reason why my husband called me. So I put myself in the shoes of a midwife in the process of delivering a baby whose head is already in perineum, 5 cm dilated, which suggests active labor. Would you rather advise that I leave this woman? Would you rather I leave this woman to her fate or help her deliver the baby and save both lives? Imagine if this woman were to be your husband, were to be your wife or sister. My instinct as a natural human being and as a mother led me to do the latter. It was a matter to me, a conscience, and as a midwife, I owe duty to all pregnant women, and I cannot renege on my service to humanity at all. As a woman of substance, I do not leave home for work without honoring my basic domestic responsibilities to my husband and family. No, I cook, clean the house, do virtually everything, and so satisfy my husband. Yes, that is what I do. This is a daily routine for me, coupled with my professional obligations. If my husband needs food in the house, I have taken advantage of technology and I have his favorite food prepared in the fridge. If my husband needs me to play my wifely roles, I can do that gladly when I'm relieved of work and attend to him with zeal and zest. Panel of judges, permit me to use our honorable judge Linda as an example. Being here doesn't mean she has boycotted or left her home and has not satisfied her husband and children. No. And so I still
Let's hear it, ladies and gentlemen. A round of applause for all of them. And as I mentioned earlier, Ohema was coached by Henry Nidote, who's head of news at 3news.com. And I've been advised that Tewa was coached by Matilda Haynes, who's head of news for TV3. Now, ladies, you each have 1 minute for rebuttals. If you have follow-up questions or anything else, your 1 minute, I'm sure, starts now. Carol? Right.
Okay, my co-debater. To my understanding, you are a health practitioner.
Oh, yes.
Yes, can you tell us the negative effect of microwaves on our food? Since you are taking advantage of technology to cook your food, your husband's food, if I may say, refrigerate it, and serve your husband with refrigerated food or heated food from the microwave. Can you tell us the negative effects of microwave on our foods?
Thank you, my co-debater. If you heard me right, I said the scenario didn't tell me the reason and the time my husband called. Besides, we all have emergencies when it comes to our profession. And you know we run shifts. So we run morning shifts and afternoon shifts. It's not that I've taken solely advantage of technology and I always make him cook. I always make him microwave his food in the microwave his food. But then when I'm late into the night and then because of the eventualities at work, sometimes he can microwave his food and eat.
So
but not every day.
So tell us the negative effects of microwave foods, please.
Negative effect of microwave food. It has no negative
According
when
to
it
my
comes
research,
to me.
it changes the texture of food, it changes the taste of food, and it changes the nature of the food. And most importantly, it takes out the nutritional values from every food. So as a health practitioner, are you trying to tell the Agate house that this is the kind of food you are going to serve someone who has paid money to marry you?
Thank you very much. Your 1 minute is up, Ohema. Let Tewa now have a 1 minute. Tewa, it's your turn now.
Thank you. I want to ask my co-debater. You cited a lot of scenarios in your presentation. I want to ask you, you were talking about the fact that a queer's mother a queer's mother does not deem her home as her number one priority. But I'm asking mother. A queer's mother. Pardon?
A queer's mother.
A queer's mother. A queer's mother, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yes. That's, in my presentation, I rightly told you that my home is my number one priority. But then the Ghanaian woman's home the Ghanaian woman's place is not just her home. It goes far beyond the home. And so I take care of my home as well as my work. So both are balanced. I'm not holding one as higher than the other. That is what I mean. So what do you mean by the home as her number one priority?
Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judges, I put it to my opponent that she was not listening to my presentation. Because in my presentation, I used Mrs. Anita Eskin as an example. This woman is a renowned Ghanaian presenter. In my presentation, I told you that she hosted the royal dinner, hosted in honor of the Royal Dutch and Duchess of Wales. Ladies and gentlemen, my opponent was obviously not listening to my presentation.
Thank you very much indeed. Now, before we go to the judges, Kamel says, park your bags because Kamel is taking you and your partner to Dubai. Buy any Camel Carex products and with a scratch panel to reveal a code and text the code to 1393 free of charge to enter. Every single week, one lucky winner will be selected with a partner to travel free of charge to Dubai. Plus, you get lots of airtime and hampers to enjoy with you and yours. Yes, every week, be one of the lucky partners and the winners in this challenge. The Camel Buy and Fly promo to Dubai is big. Camel cleans, cares, and protects for healthy skin. Also, the Mirror gives you more. From now till the end of the contest, Ghana's favorite weekend paper, The Mirror, is offering you the opportunity to win fantastic prizes anytime you buy copies of the Mirror newspaper. Just answer simple questions on Ghana's most beautiful pageant and send your answers to WhatsApp line 055 250 1565. That's 055 250 1565. Or drop your coupons at any of the Graphic Communications Group offices nationwide to win any of our weekly prizes. The Mirror is Ghana's most popular weekly since 1953. Let's go on now to our judges. Judges, have you been enthused yet? Judge Benny?
This is quite a difficult one. I must say.
Why is it difficult?
Because of the nature of the question itself. But I suppose we have to take it at face value. Okay, so let's start with Ohema first. So you're defending the motion that a woman's place is in the home. Now, we must understand that it's not about whether we agree with it or not. We have to look at how robust your defense of that is. And I think you have, put that forward. I must say that your jab about the microwave was a bit too trivial. And you went on and on, If it wasn't for the microwave, I don't think I'd be alive today. So, it was a bit trivial, So that's that. Now, with Tewa, what you've done, the good things you've done is that you've provided statistics. You've quoted the United Nations, which is always good for me as a lecturer. But I think you should have dismissed Ohema with that microwave thing. She kept prodding you. She kept, poking at you, and you should have said, "Look, you know what? This is irrelevant." You didn't say that. You said, "I don't know." I think that you got caught off guard. The thing is that, Tewa, your motion says that you do not support the idea that it's the place of a woman to be in the house, right? But however, you've moved to the middle. You haven't supported totally that motion. What you've done is you veered away from that motion and you've said, well, a bit of this and a bit of that. That's not where your position should be. Your position should be robustly defending the fact that it is not to be at home. And you haven't done that. You've taken the middle line. So as far as debate is concerned, you're a bit off your course, if you understand what I mean. Thank you very much.
Well, let's hear from Judge Linda then.
Well, that was the lecturer. I'm not a lecturer. This is my position. I was totally convinced by Tewa. I thought she presented her case very well. It was clear, it was factual, it was well organized, and for me it was relevant. I agree with the middle stance. She is also taking a middle stance anyway. She's not, Ohema is not saying that the woman's place is just the home, but rather work and home balance. Am I right? Okay. Now she is saying that, yes, it is true, but if work demands that you stay a bit longer, you do. So I was convinced. I thought that your position was well defended. The microwave bit, I think you could have pushed there a little more. But I think you girls did fantastic. Well done. Well done.
Well, we know that code 1413 is a short code. Thank you, Ohema, and thank you to our most grateful